My name is Judy, and the song that I've chosen to speak about this morning is When You Wish Upon a Star, Your Dreams Come True. I chose this because it happened to me. It was many years ago. My husband and I, we were camping in Michigan at Ludington State Park, about 300 miles up north from our house. And my husband had been waiting for quite a few years to get on management role at Dearborn, Ford Motor Company, where he was an engineer. Only about 3% of the whole people that ever work at Ford's ever make this accomplishment. And so on our way back, driving to our house, about 300 miles north of the park, it was in the evening, very dark out. I looked out the window, and what did I see? I saw a falling star. He saw it too. I thought, wow, I think this is it. It's finally come. Well, it wasn't very long after that occurrence. He got a call, and yes, he was placed on management role at Ford Motor Company. But there was a stipulation. We had to go to Mexico. We had to go to Hermosillo, Mexico, to live because the plant down there was in trouble. And so we did. We went down there, and I was there for over a year, and my husband was there longer. But anyhow, that's what happened, and it was a life-changing experience that I've never forgotten. And so it was wonderful. Of course, it was very frightening. I didn't know anybody there, didn't know the language, didn't know anything. But I certainly learned, and I got along, and it was wonderful. So thank you. Namaste.
Good morning. My name is Karen King, and I get to drive here from downtown Tucson on Practitioner Sunday, and I call it Day Trip Sunday. So it's wonderful to be here. The song I chose was Bare Necessities. Okay. Yeah. When I was so excited when I heard about this assignment that the practitioners had decided to introduce their talks with Disney songs, and of course I went to this one right away. And as I listened to the words of the song and as I read the words of the song, I have this crazy sense of humor, and it's just a little quirky. But anyway, I thought, wouldn't it be neat if Baloo had a chapter in the metaphysical New Thought, Imagineering Bible. And his scripture would read like this. This is Book of Baloo, chapters 1, verses 1 through 4. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes that brings the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I can't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. You look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants. Then maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease. with just the bare necessities of life. So relax. Yeah. I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. They will come to you. Oh, yes. So my imagination went a little farther with my Imagineering, and I thought, what would Eric Butterworth say if he added a chapter to my Metaphysical Imagineering Bible? And so here is the book of Butterworth, chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. And you know, in most collections of writings, there's a common theme. And so let's hear Butterworth's version of Book of Baloo. We need to turn the focus of our attention away from lack, layoffs, and limitations, and on to the omnipresence of universal substance. Declare your independence from the belief that your personal welfare is completely tied to the economic fluctuations of the world out there. No one can keep you from your good but you. You can see that good in the everywhere presence of life all through nature, and you can feel it in the endless flow of creative ideas that issues forth from your mind in moments of inspiration. Expose yourself constantly to wealthful ideas. Think prosperity. Think substance. Think affluence. God is substance. This substance will flow forth in your life in keeping with your consciousness of substance. I love Eric Butterworth. Now, what would it be like if Joe Dispenza wrote his version of Baloo's theme? It would go something like this. When we put all our attention on an idea or concept, there is a physical change that happens in the brain. We can mold and shape our brain by paying attention. If we can hold on to an idea, we begin to wire and shape our brain. It's true that our brain is shaped and molded by our environment. But what science is beginning to realize is that our brain is shaped and molded by our ability to pay attention. And when we have the ability to pay attention, we have the ability to learn knowledge and wire that knowledge in our brain. The quantum field responds not to what we want. It responds to who we are being. When you marry a clear intention with an elevated emotion, you move into a new state of being. Remind yourself every single day of who you want to be, and you will cause your brain to fire in new sequences, in new patterns, in new combinations, creating your new reality. The frontal lobe gives us the privilege to make a thought more real than anything. So I just wanted to say that whenever we read a writing on New Thought, we have a common theme, and each writer has his own tech talk. And so even though the message is the same, the words can be quite different, and the approach can be quite different. And I am grateful for all the people who've come along the way since the time of Aristotle to impart these ideas. And remember what the McGuire sisters sang in the 40s. They sang, you gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't let the Mr. in between. And so it is.
How many of you know what this song is? I knew it. I actually did a presentation of this song a few years ago as my final project for a Beyond Limits class when I was living in San Antonio. And it's a song that I grew up with, and I think we all grew up with it. We didn't know it. This is With a Smile and a Song from Snow White, back in 1937. And like I said, I grew up with this song, and reading over these lyrics, just sort of, oh, it's a pretty song. And then one day I looked at the lyrics and I went, totally new thought. The lyrics are as follows. With a smile and a song, life is just like a bright sunny day. Your cares fade away, and your heart is young. With a smile and a song, all the world seems to waken anew, rejoicing with you as the song is sung. There's no use in grumbling when raindrops come tumbling. Remember, you're the one who can fill the world with sunshine. When you smile and you sing, everything is in tune and it's spring, and life flows along with a smile and a song. Now, Snow White sang this right after her terrifying flight through the woods, right after she finds out that the evil queen wants to kill her. So she runs away through the forest, and it's this amazing, scary, terrifying sequence. And finally she collapses onto the ground, sobbing, and as the camera pulls back, it's revealed that the woods were not frightening at all, but this beautiful manifestation of nature. And so she sings this song to herself and to the cute little animals that gather around her, after which her entire attitude is transformed, and she becomes aware of the beauty that surrounds her and that everything's going to be all right. So looking at these lyrics, the very first one, with a smile and a song, that refers to your mental outlook, your consciousness, your attitude. The word smile refers to your outward projection, your presentation, and your expression in the world. The word song refers to your word, the word that you speak every day. Do you want to sing or do you want to grumble? Second lyric, life is just like a bright sunny day. That refers to the manifestation of your smile and a song. You turn the world into a bright sunny day. Your cares fade away. This refers to exterior results or, again, manifestation. And your heart is young, your inner feeling. When you feel the emotion, you manifest the result. With a smile and a song, all the world seems to waken anew. Outward reality changes to reflect the inner mental state. All the world seems to waken anew, rejoicing with you. You see how the positive starts to reflect back to you as you put it out, right? As the song is sung. There's no use in grumbling. Grumbling creates something to grumble about. When raindrops come tumbling, again, you're manifesting the results of grumbling. Remember, you're the one. You're the one. This refers to your personal the power of your word and the power of your beliefs. You're the one who can fill the world with sunshine. It's up to you. It's up to me, up to everyone. This refers to personal responsibility. Your consciousness creates your world. When you smile and you sing, this means when you take action, when you're treating, when you're declaring your desire, everything is in tune and it's spring. This is the reality that is in sync with your consciousness. Life flows along with a smile and a song. You go with the flow. You let go, you let God. Your consciousness, your outlook, your word. Thank you. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I asked to go last this morning because I'm the one practitioner that didn't follow the rules. Surprise! We were each to have chosen a Disney song, and the other practitioners carefully and thoughtfully chose those. And I think this was just a really fun thing to do. Maybe we'll do the Beatles next. I kept thinking I would text Heather with my choice of a song over the last 2 weeks, and I kind of just didn't do it. But it doesn't mean I wasn't thinking about all this. So my Hail Mary, if you will, is to talk about Disney music in broader terms. I Googled love in Disney songs. And of course, it came up with an enormous number of songs. I mean, like really a lot. So then I came up with, is there love in the title of a song? And that came up with a whole bunch of lists, which I thought was interesting. So the best Disney song with love in the title, the most romantic Disney song, the best friendship songs. There were just a wide variety of lists, as you find on the internet. And then there were these lists of what are actually the best Disney songs ever. Number 10 came in Someday My Prince Will Come. I have a story about that, but I don't think it's appropriate for right here. Can You Feel the Love? So this is love. Can You Feel the Dream? I mean, there seem to be a lot of consistencies here, but when I really got to thinking about it, I mean, these songs go back to the 1930s. And every generation has had a whole new series of Disney songs to choose from. Some of the songs that were listed were from movies. I didn't know that Disney made a Hercules movie. Where was I? Was I there? Did I have a good time? But an overarching theme in so many Disney movies and in so much Disney music is love. And so many of the stories focus around a love story. But not all Disney movies are about a prince and princess finding each other through many travails. Some of them are really a lot more self-love. I mean, Pinocchio becomes a real boy. Moana discovers her inner self stretching out into a huge big world. Mary Poppins reunites the children into a loving family. So I thought it was sort of interesting when I got thinking about this, that there really is this overarching theme of love, which then got me thinking about some of the music that we've been singing lately. You Are the Mirror that we sang today reminded me in my Sunday school many years ago of a phrase that my Sunday school teachers used. My mother used to use it, I think, when my brother and I were fighting, that love is reflected in love. Love is reflected in love. And we sing a lot of those songs. Namaste, the God in me sees the God in you. You are the mirror. There is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. And we sing a lot of songs with that kind of theme. Now, we teach in this church and in most other churches that at the bottom line, when you get through all of the other stuff, our job here is to love one another. And some Disney movies show that that can be hard. You get Beauty and the Beast. It's like, loving that beast. But it's all about how do we love one another in whatever transformation we are in or what happens to others. And again, a whole lot of Disney movies, I think, are reflecting this. How do we change, or how do we get in touch with the reality of who we are so that we can love one another? How can love overcome hate or greed or the misuse of power, if you've seen The Lion King? I mean, love can even overcome hyenas. Well, and so while most Disney movies have some really scary piece in it, my mother always hated that because she had to, of course, deal with the kids' nightmares after the movies. But really, at the bottom line, all of them are about the good and the loving and the kind, and that is really what we should focus on in these movies and in this music. So as long as we keep our eyes and our minds and our hearts on that capital T truth, our greater good is made manifest. It may not appear in exactly the form we expect, Hakuna Matata, no worries, but as long as we know and trust in God and know all of those God qualities that we really are, and we focus on that love and on that gratitude, we too will have a happy ending. Thank you.
The Lord is good to me, so I